PRs are just people and they get it wrong. So, have you ever wondered how a superstar like Blake Lively can have a full PR team and still face major backlash? So, let's talk about this, how you, as an entrepreneur, creator, can learn from these very public mistakes. Firstly, PR professionals are not infallible. PR teams are made up of people, and people have biases, they have blind spots, and they have assumptions. They're not, well, they're supposed to be trained to spot patterns, since that's what being strategic is really all about. You've got to anticipate sentiment and you've got to craft narratives accordingly. But that kind of training doesn't erase the human error. Secondly, a real world example. Blake Lively, April 2025. She's had some pretty massive criticism aimed at her due to her recent public appearances. And despite having access to so called top tier PR professionals and resources, her team have missed the cultural tone, it seems. They perhaps underestimated the current public sentiment around celebrity privilege, accountability, and that word, authenticity. So let's go to the third point that I want to make here, and that's about where PR goes wrong. When you're misreading the zeitgeist, not just what's trending, but why is it trending? Projecting their own assumptions onto the public instead of listening first. This is massive. And forgetting that audiences today are hyper aware and emotionally intelligent. Listen, the fourth point here that I want to make is that you can't outsource your instincts entirely. You've got to do the work yourself. And you should be able to work with smart advisors, but you have to stay connected to your audience's pulse, approving and signing off on plans, on positions, on statements. That doesn't quite feel like it's going to vibe with your audience is a massive mistake. Data helps, feedback helps, and humility helps even more. So, in order to avoid a PR disaster, okay, don't just judge it, learn from it. And you can subscribe for more of these breakdowns and tutorials as I provide them to you every week on this channel, Serena's Playbook, with new offerings available. Depending on when you're watching this, the link will be provided in the description of this video. Listen, at the end of the day, you are your own best PR. And just to rewind a little bit to a really key insight, I think, and a key takeaway for anyone, and let me know in the comments. Do you find that brands, businesses, public figures can fall into the thinking trap of projecting their own assumptions onto the public instead of listening first? Because you see, that initial projection of an assumption might be masked as instinct, but checking our own assumptions and having reflexive thinking, where you're reflecting continually, means that you won't fall in the trap of using your own subjective lens entirely to judge what the zeitgeist are saying what your audience is saying. So let me know if you think that is a trap that many fall into. Perhaps you've fallen into. I certainly have. And I'll see you in the next video.